of the 3 non-academic unions of universities, Samson Ogoke also confirmed the release of 23 billion naira. Ogoke said the committee set up to oversee the disbursement of the fund approved 89% for ASU and 11% for the non-academic staff unions. Ogoke also said that Nigerian University of Ilorin and University of Nigeria, Nsukka, did not benefit, while University of Lagos got the least allocation. He said that the Minister and Permanent Secretary of Federal Ministry of Education admitted that ASU hijacked the process of distribution of the fund. And in other news, the presidency says President Muhammadu Buhari will visit Benue State after an attack that led to the killing of over 70 people on New Year's Day in Benue State. The president will also visit other states affected by terrorism and communal violence, including Yobe State, Taraba, Zamfara, and Rivers State. You will recall that President Buhari has been criticized by many Nigerians for not visiting these states, despite his government's failure to protect scores of people who were killed in the violence. President Muhammadu Buhari, who tasked the armed forces and other security agencies to compile comprehensive reports on the various incidents happening in the state, will be on hand to console the victims and get a situation report by himself. The Adamawa state government has ordered principals of girls' secondary schools not to allow visitors into their premises. The State Commissioner of All Women Affairs and Social Development, Aliyu Tola, who disclosed this to journalists when outlining the activities by the ministry to commemorate the International Women's Day in the state, said the government took the preventive measures apart from the security measures already put in place to avert the abduction of any schoolgirl in the state. Tola said following the abduction of the Dati schoolgirls, the state government summoned all principals of secondary schools and took statistics of all girls-only secondary schools in the state and where they were located before ordering the principals to control the entry of visitors into such schools. Now, the Nigerian Air Force has graduated the first set of in-house trained pilots for its remotely piloted aircraft, the RPA. The newly trained 5 pilots were decorated with their wings by the Chief of Air Staff, Marshal Sadiq Baba Bubarka, at the NAF base in Makurdi. The Director of Public Relations and Information of the Nigerian Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Olatokunbo Adesonya, who disclosed this, said the graduation is a part of the human capacity development initiatives of the current leadership. The training of the new pilots commenced in 2016 at the 401 Flying School in Kaduna, following which they were later converted to another class. Now, ahead of the 2019 general election, the National Youth Wing of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has charged youth across the countries and the country's political space to be more involved in democratic processes. The national youth leader of the party, Ude Okoye, gave the charge during the party's youth conference held in Benin City, the Edo State capital. More details in this report.
In his address at the event, the People's Democratic Party national youth leader, Ude Okoye, said the youth had the real catalyst of change, urging them to rise up and fight to rescue democracy in the country.
This time around, it is our duty as youths to fight for the rescue of democracy. This democracy is ours, passed to us by those that ran before us. We must not disappoint them and their memory, for the democracy is their legacy to us.
Some of the leaders of the party equally charged the youth to be proactive and embrace the concept of true democracy, reminding them that for a good and effective government to be in place, sacrifices must be made in the interest of the nation.
Youths do practically 75% of what needs to be done in an election. When you are talking about those who will go to INEC, those who will follow materials, those who will be agents, those who will mobilize, the bulk of the people we are talking about are the youths. So any party that neglects in the youth chapter does so at their own peril.
We young people have to wake up to our responsibility, you know. So today I think our mind has been fired with the fact that we need to stand up and take leadership or take over leadership.
On the spot, the Edo State Youth Leader, Thaddeus Erabo, urged the party members to stick together to achieve a common goal, especially as the general election approaches.
Almost 65% of the youth are in this category of 18 to 42 years old. These are the giants of politics. But unfortunately, we've not been able to harness our strength to have a voice in this country.
These PDP leaders eventually came to a consensus that the youth should embrace democratic freedom and reforms as they search for political engagement in the country.
And to other news, reactions has continued to trail the defection of some founding members of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the Social Democratic Party, SDP. Some PDP members, in an interview with SuperScreen at a forum to honor chieftain of the party, Remi Akintoye, elected as members of the party's Board of Trustees, expressed hopes that the defected members will return to the party.
Reactions have continued to trail the latest development in the People's Democratic Party, where some founding members, as the former Minister of Education, Tunde Adeniro, and the former Minister of Information and National Orientation, Jerry Ghana, defected to the Social Democratic Party, SDP. Reacting on the development, Dr. Remi Akintoye said the party will do all it can to bring them back.
I can reassure you that people who are founding members of a house don't go back to be a tenant in other people's houses. With time, PDP has its own mechanism for reconciliation. All will come back to PDP and will be stronger for it.
Dr. Akintoye, who was honored at this function to celebrate his new membership as the party's Board of Trustees, speaks on the importance of his new portfolio to PDP in Lagos State and other issues affecting the party, just as other members extol his virtues.
We will ensure that there is peace in Lagos State. The idea of being in a party is to win election. And when you are divided, even at local government level, how do you win elections? Elders in Lagos State, under the auspices of Chief Bode George, the arrowhead, a national leader, will ensure that there is peace in Lagos so that we can win elections.
We have Chief Bode George, who is a live member of BOT, a live member of NEC, a live member of the National Caucus. Now we are having another one, making two, which I believe who are going to be live members anyway, which does not happen or exist in any other states. So we are very happy. It will assist us to build a party at the various levels of the party, at the ward, at the local government state, but more importantly and particularly at the elders council's level.
The significance for us in Lagos is that it has increased our presence in that all-important body, the Board of Trustees. So we'll have more voice, more positive voice in the Board of Trustees.
BOT is the highest level of the party. So anything the party wants to do, the BOT will have to meet first. Take action, take a decision on it and then pass it down. So whatever, it's affecting us in Lagos or whatever, I know that it's representing us and we'll be able to do it very well for us.
It will be recalled that it was reported that former Niger Delta Minister Godfrey Orubebe also defected, a move he has denied, maintaining that he would remain with the PDP. It remains to be seen whether Adeniro and Jerry Ghana will return, as they have promised, to lead an evacuation of their supporters and followers to their newfound party. Only time will tell. Adinki Weye Ajiboye, SuperScreen News.
And in other stories, President Muhammad Buhari has awarded cash awards and scholarships up to the levels to 3 Nigerian students in the secondary schools. The students who came first, second, and third in the just concluded Young Nigerian Scientists presidential competition came out as the best in the 774 local government areas of the country. President Buhari disclosed this in Abuja at the opening ceremony of the 2018 Technology and Innovation Expo taking place at the Eagle Square. The president, who was represented by the Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, said the government is setting up technology hubs in universities in the 6 geopolitical zones. Oshibajo also said the president has approved a new science, technology and innovation roadmap from 2017 to 2030 for Nigeria. Now, a road accident occurred yesterday on the Ikorodu Road of Lagos State. The accident, which involved 3 private cars, caused a terrible traffic jam in the Ikorodu-Onipan Road. SuperScreen's Adenike Owoye, who was on ground, reports that no life was lost in the incident.
Scene of the accident that happened on the early hours of Monday on the Ikorodu-Onipan Road in Lagos State. These 2 Toyota Camry cars with number KJA 178FB and SMK 515DK had collided with one another and later hit this RAV4 Jeep with number LND 13DD belonging to this woman, though there was an argument among them as to who is responsible for the accident.
Right now, I want to talk to those involved in this accident to know what or who should be blamed for the terrible accident.
The only thing I knew is that he hits me.
From the back?
From the back. See the car there? He hits me. From the look of things, he hits him, so he had to use me as a shield.
Take that one that hit her from behind. Ouch.
No, this is the car that caused the whole incident. I'm driving through this place, so I'm behind the woman. But suddenly I just hear is bah from my back. So for me to, before I know, I hit the other woman. So that's just all I know.
The major cause of the accident is the last car behind
you. Of course.
I don't have anything to say. Accident is an accident. Anybody can hit somebody from the back. So it's not my intentionally to hit them from the back. There is something that actually happened.
What was that?
You understand? That's the vehicle reversing from the highway. So he was trying to maneuver, and I'm maintaining my own lane. So, and the long run, everything was eventually closed, and I couldn't control anything.
Efforts to speak with eyewitnesses to confirm the truth proved abortive as they were unwilling to speak on camera. The accident caused a terrible traffic jam on the road, though Lastima officials were proactive in easing the traffic. Though no life was lost in the accident, the vehicles were eventually towed by officials of Shomolu local government area.
Now, are they holding you down that you have to sort them out?
I don't know. I'm trying to call my people so maybe we can know how we trash it out. But as this day, you can see the comments of everybody. People that witnessed this, you can see their comments. So it's not that I'm 100% faulty. You understand? It could happen to anybody.
All right, so much for that. You have heard from the major person said to have hit the car from behind. And he's also saying that it is not his intention to actually hit them. Now the question arises, how do they hope to sort this out? This is a clarion call on road users to be cautious when driving on the road. From Ikorodu Road in Lagos State, I am Adenike Owoye reporting for SuperScreen News.
And the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has obtained a warrant to arrest the minority leader of the House of Representatives, Leo Ogo. The report says EFCC is set to declare Ogo wanted for refusing to honor a series of invitations for over a year. However, Ogo said he had not received any invitation from the agency. Ogo replied that he is ready to visit the EFCC as soon as the anti-graft agency invited him, adding that he was away from the country, having spent over 6 months abroad on health grounds. Operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has grilled a former secretary to the government of the Federation, Barber Chair Kinibe Babangana. The President Muhammadu Buhari had in November last year empaneled the 4-member committee in the wake of scandals rocking the intelligence agency. Kingibe headed a presidential panel that reviewed the operations of the Nigerian Maritime Intelligence Outfit, the National Intelligence Agency. The anti-graft agency invited him to explain his roles in alleged financial scandals during the assignment. The Director General of the agency, Dauda Mohammed, during the time of the assignment, had alleged that Kingibe used his position to extort money. And the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has also said that they will take a note regarding so many police officers in the state. At this point, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take some business stories. Stay with us.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice. At least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but the Nigerian government are keeping quiet. Housemen are killing people. Why?
It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.
You are fighting my village. Let me use if I call it useless, I'm not a mistake. The other place where they build a shop, call it plaza. Each shop there are 4 million naira. So I don't have the money, so I have to leave.
If you plan to get a tribal mark, it takes a lot of pain, but after some time, you enjoy it. No, we experience hold up now during the construction time. Then after some time, we start enjoying it.
The way they are doing the construction is too slow. It's too slow. The construction is too slow. They should stop the construction and make sure people go into their businesses and do their businesses.
When you wake up in the morning before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for
Welcome back to SuperScreen News at 10, and for some business stories. The federal government says it has extended its searchlight on tax evaders with net worth properties in high-bar areas of major cities. The federal government on July the 1st, 2017 granted taxpayers a 9-month grace to regularize their tax status under the Voluntary Assets and Income Declaration Scheme (VAIDS). Report says the government, through its data mining agency project Lighthouse, had received documents on property owners across the country from state governments. The first set of property owners that will come under scrutiny for tax compliance are owners of buildings in Maitama, Asokoro, Garaki, Wuse in the Federal Capital Territory, and those on Banana Island and its environs, Magodo, Lekki, Ikoyi in Lagos State. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, has announced that it had been able to reduce the cost of production of barrel crude to $20. According to the corporation, additional measures has been put in place to further reduce the cost to $15 per barrel. NNPC also announced that it had signed 4 memoranda of understanding with state government for the production of biofuel to complement the volume of petrol being supplied across the country. The Group Managing Director, NNPC, Mike Antibaru, who was represented by the NNPC's Chief Operating Officer, Gas and Power, Mohammed Saidu, disclosed this during the ongoing science fair in Abuja. Saidu said the reduction in crude production cost would lead to an increase in the federal government's revenue. The trial of 2 oil giants, ENI and Shell, over bribery and corruption allegations in the purchase of an offshore outfield in Nigeria has been postponed until May 14th. The trial, which was scheduled to begin on Monday, had been set to start in Milan, but the judge said due to a high number of cases, it will be transferred to another chamber to avoid further delays. The oil majors are accused of corruption in the 2011 purchase of oil prospecting license 245, an offshore oil block in Nigeria estimated to hold 9 billion barrels of crude. An Italian judge, Gizi Babra, ruled in December that the companies, along with present and past executives, would face trial over a $1.1 billion bribery scandal in Nigeria. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll take some news from the foreign scene and some sports stories. Stay with us.
Super Dawn, your daily live current affairs program where topical issues that border on politics, economy, sport, and sizzling national issues are analyzed, now holds every Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on SuperScreen television. Let your voice be heard. Join us.